Welcome back to Tech. And I want to thank you guys for watching the last one since it was my first video ever. And thank you for the tips and support, including the audio. I'm trying to improve the quality of the channel whenever I get the chance to do so. Oh, and I forgot to add a channel description since I couldn't find it in settings. So, just a clarification, this channel was inspired by DankPods and Bingo Studios and other YouTubers that do this top-down review format, and you know, I'm just chipping in. And I read all the comments and I'm happy to oblige on these requests. So this video is just going to be installing the other distributions you guys recommended. And for fun, near the end, I'm going to be installing modern Chrome OS with Android support. Not Flex, the newest bleeding edge of Chrome OS. And that's not a flex. Oh yeah, I don't have audio since this monitor isn't connected to anything, so first we have Bactocera and use it as emulation box. Personally, I think this could also handle GameCube emulation, but I'm thinking anything above a PS3 might not work, but I'll just do the games it came with for now. As you can see, we had Windows 11 casually running on this. Now, I've already tested everything beforehand, and just to let you know, you could use this on the USB itself, so no installing is actually required to use it. Let's see this first game, Old Tower. This gameplay kind of reminds me of that one game on the Play Store, but I forgot what it was called, but it had the same gameplay as this. And yes, it can run Doom. You know, you can play this on a treadmill, so it's not that surprising to me. Next we have Chimera OS. Now unfortunately I wasn't able to get this working, and this isn't the first time. It just seems Chimera can't really run on these older Intel chips, and they're constantly losing support for more heavier operating systems. It just seems Chimera can't really run on these older Intel chips. They're always constantly losing support for more heavier operating systems, and you'll see why that's important later. And lastly, the title of the video, the name of the game, installing modern Chrome OS on a almost decade old Chromebox. And you know, because I show this Chromebox a lot in my channel, I'm gonna call it by its board name, Riku. Anyway, the method we're gonna be going with is brunch. Not that kind, this kind. It's a bit quirky to install, but I assure you it's worth it. And we were just in time too, since the 4th gen Intel chips had just lost support. But luckily, we're on the 5th gen, so we could use the latest version of Chrome OS. So the first game we have here is Roblox. As you can see, it's using the Android version, but it runs alright, decently. Now that I think about it, this is probably the only way you could run it without running on Windows, because you know, Roblox just blocked the wine for Linux, so maybe this is like the only way to do it. Ooh. And next we have Among Us. I actually can't believe I actually won these games. And you could see we only have the mouse to control it with, so I had to play the whole game like that. I mean, it was playable. It was playable, but it's nothing crazy. And as you can see in settings, we're using halfway about our RAM, but you know, Chrome OS is one of those operating systems that has the philosophy of unused RAM is wasted RAM. And the usage, it's not that bad. It's just kind of choppy on some parts. Like, if I launch settings here, you might have to click it a couple times. Might have to wait like a couple minutes, but it opens. Overall, I think this Chromebox could handle most operating systems, but bringing it back to Chrome OS is kind of like full circle, you know what I mean? But yeah, that'll be all for Tech. See you next time.
Butter dog, the dog with the butter dog. I got the butter on him. The dog with the butter. Dog.